Hey.
Hello. Thank you all for joining us yet again. Today we're going to be talking about the Queens of R&B. Oh my goodness, this is the third episode. What is it called? Discord.
Dis-Chord, yes.
Michelle, what you got for us?
Yeah, so this I'm loving this show. Like it's giving us a nice balance. So we get drama. We also get some feel good moments. But of course, people just want to see the drama. But it does have a nice balance of feel good moments with families. I know. And the drama. So we're about to talk that stuff this episode. Hey. So the episode kind of starts off just showing like little clips of them with their family, Tiny trying to do TikToks with the kids, and Candy and Ace and all his followers and whatnot. But the first scene was with Taj and Tasha in Nashville. And they're visiting this museum. I did not get the name of the museum, but clearly it
I
was.
thought it was the African. Well, I don't
Oh, it
know.
probably is. It probably was. It probably was. Some type of African American museum, or at least it had a section. So it had to be some type of African American museum. But they were going through and then, go to the section where it's them in the section. So I'm sure it was nice to like see themselves. And
Yeah.
I found out a little treat that I didn't realize it, but I guess Destiny's Child used to kind of, I ain't gonna say stalk, but stalk.
That's what I said.
Yeah, they were super fans though of SWV and would find them whenever they were in town and be in the hotel lobby and looking for them and all that kind of stuff. And you always hear people telling their stories of how they made it, but I never heard that. So that was cool. But they sit down and discuss some of the issues. So Taj brings up that she notices that there were clearly issues between her and the group, and specifically her and her sister. And she said that she, felt like her sister body shamed her for having a little butt, amongst the big butts, booties in the group. And Taj was like, I
Big
know
button
y'all
smile.
can't trust it. And she was like, I know y'all didn't find no little booties, which I mean, it does sound super petty, like out of all the things to fight of. So it's more than that. But she mentioned her mom, that she felt like her sister was disrespectful to her mom, and but she was just like, look, whatever y'all arguing over, y'all need to get back to the beginning of where y'all came from. And and so she mentioned while she was in town as well for the solo deal, and she's gonna step out and do it without fear this time and find her freedom. Now at this point, no one knows except for Taj that she's doing this solo deal. And it's all wrapped up in a bow, cute right now. But later Taj, I guess, she does, I shouldn't say guess, but she spills the beans. But any thoughts on their little museum? That was just like a little
No, it was just nice. It was nice to see. And I forgot what they looked like. I forgot what they looked like.
Not did you still think she was cute when you saw the old picture? Not that she was.
Okay, so her clothes were extra baggy.
Yeah, they all were. Everybody, the 90s women were extra baggy. Like if you think of TLC, everybody wore baggy clothes. So that was part of it too. That was part of it.
But what she had on, it was not flattering at
it
all.
wasn't flattering. And I don't know, she had anyway, I just don't remember her being the most, I'm not even thinking about size, but I mean just the most attractive when you think of superstardom and whatever. I mean, neither was Tiny, but we're speaking of it. But anyway, we're talking that stuff. But anyway, in the next scene, Coco meets up with her friends, Troy and Tamaya or something. But anyway, I couldn't tell if they were old friends or new friends, but they were friends that weren't in the business.
Right.
But because she said she preferred real people that, don't want anything from her or whatever. But what we found out was that she had mental health issues. Currently, her mental health is good, but she was diagnosed with bipolar in 2017. And she had manic episodes. And when she realized she needed to get some help is when she was thinking about killing somebody.
Like, okay. I just want to know who she was thinking about killing.
Okay, who you was trying to kill? Was it one of the group members?
Okay, was it your husband?
That's right, our ex-husband.
One of your kids? Now look, speaking of kids, I heard that little boy sing.
I was like, They could have left that out of the episode if they wanted him to move forward.
He needs to go to dentistry, baby. He needs to go to dentistry.
I'm like, or if you want to pursue music, get that pen and paper and start writing, get some strong fingers, because the actual vocals, that ain't gonna make it. Yeah. Because I was just like, I remember him singing, because you said you didn't see the verses. He came and sang, I think it might have been Rain, but he sang some song with, no. Shoot, I forgot the song that it was, but he sang a song with her. And he didn't sound bad, but he didn't sound like, I just thought like, oh, her son can sing, because he can sing, but it's a difference between singing and singing, because his mama can sing, and they'll expect at least that from him, and he ain't giving it.
No.
Maybe
not yet. But then, also his voice is rather high.
Yeah.
And so he probably needs to find, a song that will do him justice.
That's true. He could pursue modeling though, because he's attractive. He's tall, lean. He could do that. I could see him doing some modeling.
Or even acting.
It's true. He does.
I don't know if he can act, but he tried that route.
Yeah, I mean, I could see a little drama. Them tears came really fast.
And a lot. Boy, did you see all them tears? Oh my God.
Yeah. So I think he. Hopefully you're listening to this. We're giving you some
sage advice.
Yeah, because his mom was trying to say it, but but no, she's supportive. But she's just like, this music business is hard. But in case,
I do. Well, okay, never mind. You keep going.
Oh, okay,
I was gonna jump ahead.
Okay. We're gonna skip over SWV in Pittsburgh, but they had a show there, by the way.
Okay.
Mika. She is fixing dinner and her mom is coming to visit. And so, last time that we heard, like, they hadn't spoke. Her mom left her this ugly voicemail, basically saying she's going to beat her down if she do anything to her sister. So, she wanted to meet with her mom to talk. And so when her mom came through the door, she was just like, are you okay? And, and she was like, I'm glad to see you, Mama. She was like, are you sure? It's like she came in with a little something, but she had made her favorite, the salmon and the cabbage, and was like, what's really going on? And so she shared with her basically what we already knew, what she's shared before, but she felt that there was always favoritism. And I thought it was, you could tell she respects her mom because she kept saying, yes, ma'am.
To the utmost.
Utmost.
Yeah. Even when her mom was saying some crazy stuff, and you could tell she was trying to hold it in. Like, how many times have you been there? I don't know if you've been there, but I know I've been there. When you it comes out of your tears, because if it comes out other places. I'm trying to get through this moment because you're talking some bullshit right now. But I respect you too much to call you on your bullshit, so I'm gonna just be quiet.
Yeah. So, I haven't had with my mom per se, but with people.
Brenda Faye. Brenda Faye. Brenda Faye came with nothing but bullshit.
Oh my God. Oh God. But yeah, so she was telling her mom, like, look, you allow Tasha to express herself. Hey, Erica. Hey. But you don't allow me the same respect. And she was like, I am the 5th member of XSCAPE. And, how about that? And so she went on about, like, writing down, like, how she the 5th member. And Tamika made a good point. She was like, it sounds like what it's all boiling down to is when their dad left or when they divorced, she had to struggle. And I'm sure she did a lot to get the girls to where they are. So kudos to her. However, you can't hold on to that hurt and then kind of pass it down to your kids and not heal from it. You got to. I felt like it's still a lot of hurt. And she said that because there are parents that when they see a specific child, they see their daddy, because you act like your daddy, you look like your daddy, good like your daddy, so I feel like that's part of it. I feel like that's part of it. Hey.
I think I think he looked like his mom. She looked like
all right, Marsha. Hey. Oh, does she? Oh, she looked just like her mom, her daddy. She looked just like her daddy.
Like her daddy.
Oh my Lord.
She looked just like her. She the one that looked like her mama.
Oh, you think Tamika looks like the mom?
Yes.
I don't think so. I think Tasha looks like not split an image, but Tasha looks like the mom. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Especially those old pictures that they showed. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
ooh, that daddy. He I don't know how he birthed her, but he birthed her. You don't think so?
I think so, but I definitely think she's harboring some hurt because you don't treat your kids differently as obviously as she does if it's not something. It's something that she's, and I think the only thing I could glean is from what basically what Tamika said, and it makes sense to me. So what do
Honestly,
you think? What are you thinking?
who?
No, oh sorry, Erica. You said you agree. You don't agree that that's what the mom's issue is.
I think the mom is leaning on the one she thinks has the most talent.
Oh,
I think that
how's that worked out for her?
always known that, the oldest, that's Tasha,
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Tasha the oldest.
has a beautiful voice. And she does.
They both do though. Tamika looks like the dad to me, and I know the mothers that treat their kids differently. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it has something to do with the talent. And I think Tamika sounds beautiful as well. But
Yeah, they
I
both have good
think
voices.
that we all know the other one, Tasha from Traces of My Lipstick. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I wasn't always an Escape fan. Like, I actually didn't get to listen to music for a long portion of my life because I was one of those repeater type kids.
Mm-hmm.
This is when I don't know how old I was. I think I was like 6, but this is when I was not allowed to listen to music anymore. Hotel, motel, they in. If your man start acting up, switch and take his friend. My mama all from my black ass. Girl, I ain't
It was
listening
It Takes Two for me.
to
It Takes Two for me. My mom was like, It Take what? Oh, okay.
ooh, me so horny. Ooh, me so horny. Ooh, me so horny. I'm every long time. Mac. That was so I missed a lot
Okay.
of Escape's career.
But wait, let's go back. You said
When
you
I
said you was 6 is when you stopped listening to secular music.
yes, because my mama was
Okay,
like,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
She
I thought
did
you were saying 6 is when you were listening to Escape. And I was
no.
like, I was in college.
I was in college too. I was in college too. And you
Oh,
all
really?
because yes.
Okay, all right.
That's what I'm telling you. My mother
Okay.
completely disconnected me from the secular world, the black secular world. And she was like, I'm gonna kill this little joke. This little joke right here. I'm gonna kill it. So she was like, nah. No. So I didn't really get introduced to Escape the way hardcore. Like, I heard some of their songs on the radio, but obviously didn't know who they were. But I really connected to them with Traces of My Lipstick.
Okay.
And she dominated that album.
Yeah, she did.
Which is the one that Candy claimed that she was setting up for her solo.
She clearly was.
But I will say about Escape, every single one of them can sing. Like, not all groups have lead vocalists throughout the group. In Vocals one, Escape is another, where each individual member can be a lead vocal. So I do like that about the group. But I don't know. I don't know if that's why the mom chose her over the other.
I truly think that she did. And then when her career didn't blow up, of course, Tamika goes with her sister. You know what I'm saying? Like, and with this, everything, she goes with her sister. But like,
I truly believe if that dynamic didn't exist, Tamika probably would have found a way to let her light shine the way that she wanted it to shine, and things would have been totally different.
I know somebody, I don't know, I heard this somewhere. It might have been like a talk show or something, but they claim like if you have multiple children, you end up, you love them all the same, but you love the one that's struggling the most is the one that you love on at that time the most. So it's almost like if they doing good, then they're fine.
You don't have to worry about them.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give the attention and love to this particular one. And
it's grace like, mama, look at you.
It seems like Kelly. I'm thinking that's the person that said it, but in any case, because Tasha struggled, she felt like she struggled with her weight. She was always not, had issues. That could also be why the mama gave her the attention because she felt like Tamika was fine, possibly. I don't know. Who knows? But there's clearly a difference.
Sounds good.
Clearly a difference.
But look, I'm gonna say this. I love Tamika's house, y'all.
It was very nice. They all have nice houses. They all have very nice houses.
Ooh, to say she was quote unquote struggling. She wasn't struggling too.
Okay.
I don't believe everything.
Okay.
I don't believe everything Tamika say neither.
You don't believe her?
I believe that she was struggling.
No, I believe she was struggling, but like just like she threw that stuff about Candy out there and then kind of like dialed that back after they had a conversation.
Remind me what she said.
Oh, she was on the radio and said basically Candy slept with Jermaine Dupri and basically all of the so deaf guys, and that's how she got where she was. I feel like it was some truth to it because I think Candy admitted that
I do believe that they had some secret liaison. But I don't think I do believe Candy. I believe Candy when Candy says, her past relationships had nothing to do with her success or whatever it was that she ended up doing. I don't think that had anything to do
with anybody. You were ostracized. It wasn't good to be a thought back then. I don't know if everybody else remember, but
yeah.
That this new found Hold'em. That is a thing. That is a way.
Newfound hold'em.
Or she was able to say whatever she was able to release and do her own thing. Like she definitely had a business mind where she can move forward from it if that was the case. But yeah, in any case, they apologized. She apologized for the disrespect. And her mom, she said no newfound hold'em. She apologized for the disrespect, and her mom, they hugged it out and was like, I love you, always will, and apologized for not being there for her. So hopefully their relationship is resolved because, this is outside of the show. We like to see the drama, but I don't want to necessarily see their family not speak to each other.
No, and I think also that Tasha used her mother as an excuse to shit on her sister.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
He held on to that. She held on to that just like she held on to the body shaming.
Yeah.
What I would have loved to see,
and I don't call you a flat booty wench, and then all of a sudden, oh, your body shaming me.
What I would have loved to have seen in that makeup is at some point, not Tasha, but Tamika, addressing whatever it was that she did to disrespect her mom, because we still don't know what she allegedly did to disrespect her mom. So I'm kind of questioning that only because I haven't seen it. Well, not to say it didn't happen.
They flashed to the moment when she said, "You ain't the fifth member of the state."
Well, I don't know if that's disrespectful.
I honestly feel like when she was yelling at her mom, they called that disrespectful. Even though she was telling the truth about, they were stealing my money and you ain't say nothing. Because remember, she said something about disrespect and they showed her outside talking about yelling and pointing her finger and stuff. I think that's what they're talking about, where we may not see it as disrespectful because she was telling the truth, and her mom was denying it.
But it's true. It's true. It's true.
Yell at you when you arguing as a grown woman, people raise their voice and cry. She wasn't taking her raising their voice as a grown woman as disrespect.
Well, I'm gonna say this, Brenda Faye. If I put too much bass in my voice, she was ready to hit me. You know what I'm saying? So
hold on. All the time. You know what I'm saying? I done got poop. You know what I'm saying? For bass, for eye rolls, for walking too hard. Like I get what you're saying, but I was also a child when that happened.
Right. But Marsha's right. Yeah, from the South, it's a lot of things that seem to disrespect. Like some of the stuff these kids are doing, we be like, say what now? What's going on? Yeah. So definitely. So anyway, moving on, Candy and Taj meet up. They're in Atlanta, and Candy mentioned that out of, I guess, all of the SWV members, she's closest to Taj, and they kind of hung out back in the day. And I think even Taj mentioned that when she was in the studio, XSCAPE was in there and blah, blah, blah. But anyway, they talk about various things, one of them being how she ran into Tasha. And, it's like, I like the way she did it because she was spilling the tea, but she tried to act like she was like, and she said something about.
In true Taurus fashion. I ain't trying to be messy, but the truth comes out.
Look, we're trying to get picked up for season 2. Come on now.
Okay,
let's tell the truth.
So I got to be the one.
Okay. And I think Candace mentioned this in her speak on it, but on the show, she was just like, this is a repeat of history where whenever Tasha got something going on, she started to treat the group whack. Like, you know, the ego comes out. She don't want to say if she want to do something or not. And she's doing the same thing now. So she was like, I figured something was going on. But this is where Taj invited them to the rehearsal so they can really discuss and get things moving with this concert if they really going to do it with or without her. So, yeah. So anyway, Lily and her son, they meet up for coffee and wine. And Lord, Lily has got some stuff going on. But you got to do what you got to do. What's your Sister Hot Pete? Her book or Alter Ego. Look out for that, guys, I guess.
Are you gonna get it, Michelle? You gonna get it?
I'm a writer, so I ain't gonna talk about the lady.
No, it's nothing. I'm down for getting your bag, however, and sex sells, so Sister Hot Pete will definitely sell. And she might get picked up by Tyler Perry or something. He likes that.
Probably raunchy too, but you know.
But we found out from her that you know, she actually tried to you know, in her life, she lived in a car and was going to end her life, and she would drive around during the day, just basically until the morning, so she wouldn't get killed or, you know, raped or anything, and just slept at the Yankee Stadium. But she built herself back up, got her GED, started working in the office building. And it's weird, like we think of these stars like their album sales will kind of shoot them through, but she had to like get back on the grind. And so not everybody does that, but I'm glad she did that.
I think she's a bigger woman too, because if she blames somebody from killing the group for that, she wouldn't be where she is now.
Right. You got to let it go and move on. Like, we back together. Let's get this bag now. So, and they clearly, you could tell when they went to Pittsburgh that they really like just do it on the stage. They just like, they all got their separate rooms, separate things. They just meet up at the right time, get on that stage. Yeah, but that's working for them. So, you know.
But I mean, do you really have to share a room? I mean, you know, you're in your 40s.
Not a room, but like, girl, you know, you could just tell that it's business.
It doesn't seem like they're friends.
None of them. Even what's her name? Coco said it. She was like, we don't talk to each other.
I know. I was so surprised. I was like,
yeah. And you know, we just got to do this thing we need to do.
I need you to send me a happy birthday text, something like, you know, something. Don't have me out here thinking that you.
I think they're cordial. They're definitely cordial. They may do that.
We may do all that if we work together. We just group members. I understand, but I wouldn't have told the public. Is what I'm saying. I wouldn't have told the fans. I don't fuck with them. Damn.
I think at the time she was trying to help SWV, but you know, because they were going through, and she was like basically saying, we don't really talk, so y'all can do the same thing. But you know, she got to spill the tea on their group. But when you said that I just work with them, it made me think they are really treating it like some work relationships where you, whatever time you leave, you know, some people have work friends and some people like, I'm out, I don't care.
Work associates.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, let's see. Tasha was in the studio with her husband. I thought his interest was a little fake, but anyway, he did this Ike Turner impression, which he should not have done because that is not one you want to impress.
In this climate,
okay,
where the group members are already talking about you, you thought that was a funny one,
right?
No, but especially after the last show they did, like, how you gonna come in and do that? Like, come on, right? That don't make no sense. That's not smart. And that's who she's taking advice from. Like, come on.
Yeah, I think he's still managing her, even though he claimed he don't know stuff. But
I gotta pray about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
you caught that, Erica?
I was like, you should pray on the decision you make, because I'm like, because it ain't got nothing to do with old boy. That's why I was like, what?
A mess.
I'm sorry, Michelle. I interrupted.
It's a shame that they already know.
Yeah. Ugh. So she mentions to him basically that Candy texted her and was like, we're going to this meeting. And at this point, she acted like she wasn't sure if she was going to know or not. But, you know, of course, we know she ends up going. But in any case, on to this, what you were talking about a little bit earlier with with Coco's son. He's singing on social media. So what are your thoughts, Erica? We shared our thoughts on his vocals. Any thoughts? You plead the fifth? You plead the fifth?
No. Listen, when I was younger, much younger, believe it or not, I could sing.
Okay, girl.
And guess what happened?
You lost
I
it.
grew up and I couldn't.
You lost it. I don't think he totally lost it, but he
I
is
don't think
not.
he totally got it.
Yeah, he could definitely get him a group and get that tenor
Baby need to be a dentist.
vocal in the background and hold it down
In the background. Mhm.
in the background.
Maybe
He's
he can be a songwriter.
The
That's
same
what
thing Michelle said.
I said that.
Because, baby, there are other things you can do in the industry, but it doesn't mean that you're supposed to do that. And it kind of seems like now that your mom's show's taking off, you want to kind of have a storyline with her, get your stuff popped off. And the little piece that I heard, I'm not saying that it sounded terrible. It did not. I'm saying I'm not personally driving out to go buy it.
At all. Yeah.
I don't feel like that.
Like I said, he can sing, but he can't sing. So,
and I don't even know if I want to hear him, whatever it is he gonna sing about. I don't know if I want to hear that. Like, what? Like, and then he gonna cry all the time anyway. Like, what?
Yeah, and Jermaine even suggested.
Oh, he sings better on YouTube.
Okay.
Send us the link, Marsha.
Yeah, we'll have to see that because what he showed on the show,
I was like
representative, I guess. But anyway, she calls the granny because she was just like, look, if you're not gonna go to school, you got to tell your grandma. And so the grandma was like, what are you doing or whatever? But he breaks down, which Tyler Perry plays maybe in his future. And he was like, he doesn't want to do something he doesn't want to do or be forced to do.
That's these kids. I promise.
Dramatic.
Oh my gosh. I work with like teenagers, and he's 19, right?
He is.
They are.
Wait, is he 19? Hold on.
He said,
what is he going to school for? What is he going to school? It can't be to be a dentist. He can't be a dentist.
I think that was the end goal. He's just in undergrad.
Yeah, he in undergrad. It's first year college period.
Okay. All right.
Freshman studies.
School's not for me. How you know, baby? Maybe you should go be a musician in college.
Yeah.
Look, let's not kill this boy dreams.
On the
his dreams. That's why I said songwriting. There's so many other things you can do. That's why I said get him.
And he can definitely make money from that now. More money than singing.
Producing if he knows how to do that. Yeah.
Do some talent shows at school. Find your lane. I know people. No, for real, you laughing?
No. That's how Tony got a record deal. They were singing in college. Yeah.
Like, why do you have to do it off your mom's status?
Now, I'm not against nepotism. Like, if you actually have the talent, I'm using my mama to get in the business. I ain't mad at that.
But this is what I want him to do. I want him to think. So his mom and his grandmother, they're both telling them, get this degree. Now, don't you think both of them would know whether or not he has the talent?
I think they're trying to tell him something. Yeah.
I need him to listen.
Yeah.
I need him to listen.
But they compromised on the gap year. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah.
Maybe if he ain't Lil Nas X by the end of it.
And we already got a Lil Nas X, so he's gonna have to do a little something else. But I see what you that might be his lane.
You know what? He could sing those hooks for Lil Nas X. You know what I'm saying?
He could.
What'd you say?
Now, a hook singer doesn't have to blow. So as long as you can get a little, something. So that's true. That's true.
I just feel like he hasn't. Everybody knows every single person who's in the music industry cannot rap or sing. But you have to have something that brings people back. I want to know what his something is. And being Coco's son isn't enough.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Lil Nas X, he doing his thing. That's why he's popping.
Yeah.
I can go down the list, but what's gonna be your thing?
Yeah.
Michelle?
True. Yeah. Because what's her name? Lil Wayne's daughter. She I've just been seeing her in movies. I mean, they're not like
want to act.
Yeah, and she does at least the ones. I think it was just one. I'm saying ones, but I think she's been in several things. I've seen her in one, but she was pretty good.
I'm a social media junkie and pop culture junkie, so she does things. But at least, in my opinion, at least she's starting off at the bottom and working her way up.
Yeah, and she's good. To me, it wasn't like, oh my gosh, who gave her this?
She's been filmed going to acting class.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like showing that she cares.
Right. It makes a difference.
That's why I'm looking at him like, you're talking about jumping out of college, but how? And I feel his mom. What are you doing to put yourself in position? And she's not saying it to him, but don't rely solely on Coco. Like,
yeah.
Just like Lily said, you got to get it on your own. Lily was living out her part. Y'all wasn't back popping until y'all started back going on tour. I'm not saying that saying something. I'm saying it is actually. Basically, what it's saying is they don't have the connections.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have this bizarre, outrageous talent to get you where you need to be. It doesn't mean you can't get there, but it means that you're going to have to do things on your own.
Yeah. For sure. So we'll see what happens with him. Now let's get into this rehearsal. So SWV is rehearsing for one of their mini shows. And, they all meet together with SWV. On the way, though, to the show, Candy does let Tiny know that Tasha was shopping a solo deal. So that is out at least with 3/4 of the XSCAPE members. So everyone arrives and they kind of talk about this thing where they're going to do one show one night with SWV and XSCAPE, because I guess they have different dates and they have to, if they're going to do it, they need to do it on this particular date. And so they have everybody put their hands in if they're in, and Tasha being dramatic and or whatever, but she eventually puts her hand in.
I didn't like that.
I know. I'm like, girl, come on now.
It be them kind of women.
She still ain't signed the papers. At least at this point, she hadn't signed the papers, she said, for her gospel deal. So she better put their hand in there. So the show sounds like it'll be the following month. And Candy gets right to business. And she was just like, okay, so how will this billing go? We are used to being the head billing on our tours or whatever. So they get this discussion going where they talk about co-headlining, who should get top billing, who should open, who should close. SWV is not feeling it because they've sold 30 million records versus 7 million. And, they thought it would be like a celebration for everybody to come together. And anyway, it was just a whole mess. And when I watched the show, I was just like, dang, Candy, I'm thinking SWV is bigger. They should probably, I thought they should co-headline. I was all about compromise. Show. Just co-headline on this one show. You know why? Anyway, so they're going back and forth. Anyway, thoughts on this. And I'll bring on what I saw on Speak On It.
Hell no.
No, I was with you. It made no sense. Now you shared some information that Candy shared.
Yeah, I want to get y'all thoughts first, and then I'll tell y'all what Candy said, and then see if it changes anything or y'all still feel the same.
Y'all are tripping. Y'all should just co-headline. Like, get this money. Who cares? Like, at the end of the day, who cares? But yeah. Michelle,
okay. Any thoughts, Erica, before I share what Candy said?
100% think they should have co-headlined, and I don't even know why it was in. I understand her getting to the point of it so that it's clear, but I don't understand why it seems as if you don't want to.
Yeah, very defensive on it. And I'm just thinking, this is one show, one night. Can y'all just co-headline? There shouldn't even be any drama to it. But I did watch, I fast forwarded to this section of Speak On It. And she brought up some good points. Now, I have not heard any counter. Candy brought up some good points. So her first point was she thought that it was going to be a tour. She did not know this was a one single thing or whatever. So she thought it was going to be a tour. Also, they typically have management to discuss business, and they did not have management at the time, so it ended up being the group discussing business. And I don't know if you noticed that SWV's managers were there, but XSCAPE did not have any management there. So Candy, being the businesswoman, she said a lot of times they wait till later to discuss business, and it's like, oh, why didn't we just discuss this up front? I want to get it up front.
Exactly.
She also mentioned that XSCAPE's fee is 3 to 4 times of SWV's fee. So if they split it in half, they would take a loss or whatever because their fees are different. She also felt like SWV, they do like 50 plus shows a year. They've oversaturated the market, which hurts you on tours because they were like, well, I could just see them next time since they tour so much. And she said that you selling more records in the 90s does not put butts in the seat. So she said technically SWV has sold more records than New Edition, but we would not expect New Edition to open up for XSCAPE because they're going to get the butts in the seat. People are going to come to see New Edition. They're not necessarily going to come to see SWV or XSCAPE, I guess, in that market. So those were, let me see if anything else she mentioned. Oh, a bigger thing. In 2018, she brought up the actual flyer where XSCAPE was the headliner and SWV opened up along with BBD for them. So they have actually opened up for them before. And she said they do different festivals where XSCAPE is the headliner, and maybe like during the day or something, SWV will perform. So she was like, it's not a strange thing that SWV will open up for XSCAPE. So I don't know. Thoughts?
I'm going to say this. We all know Candy about her coin.
All about it.
Taurus nature. Let's get to the money. Let's talk that first. Because I'm not wasting my time.
Yep.
And I actually love the fact that she brought it up just to put it out there. But if she has those kind of facts and stuff, then she may know what she's talking about. And if she is taking a loss, then why is she doing it? If those are
I guess like they hadn't got to that point yet to discuss business. And so maybe she didn't know if it was worth their time because this is they had that initial meeting to see if there was interest, and this was the meeting to see, are we really doing this? And so maybe that's why she hadn't brought it up before. I don't know.
Yeah, because I understand SWV feeling a type of way.
Oh, for sure.
Instantly, it's like, girl, are you too good to co-headline with us? But based off the figures she's giving, yeah.
Now this one show for sure, co-headline, y'all can take. I mean,
co-headline.
All y'all rich except for. I mean, all y'all got money, so for just this one-time thing for the fans, sure.
Especially before you even try to introduce a tour, you need to see if there's desire.
Yeah. So I don't know, but she brought up some good points because I was like, let me see what Candy said because I know she's gonna speak on it or whatever. So I wanted to see what she had to say. So yeah, she did bring up some good points, and I don't know if they discussed more. And I guess a lot of that, was said either in the diary room or when Coco went behind. So she said she hadn't heard all of that until she watched the show. And she said she does like to get down to business. People don't like to talk business, but it got to be talked about. So
it does.
Bring it up.
It can't be no hurt feelings. I need to know how you feel from jump before we move forward. Because we all know that's not about to be the end of it. You guys, none of y'all gonna walk away from the table behind co-headline, and y'all can't be that dense,
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's funny how people react to the business aspect of something. I think ego is flare, and I think that I saw SWV's ego in that one.
Yeah, and they did mention because she was just like people talk about me and Tiny. But she was like, because we've been on reality shows, we are bringing people to the show. Because I mean,
no. What she actually said was because people talk about my voice that I can't sing. That's what Candy was saying.
I'm talking about what she said on Speak On It, but she did say that on the show. Yeah, she did say that on the show.
But Tiny can.
Yeah,
Tiny
can, and Tiny still felt the same way.
Yeah, because Tiny kind of about that business too. She kind of like
she just let Candy do the talking.
Yep. So we'll see what they end up doing because it sounds like in the next episode, Tasha's not gonna show up to the dress rehearsal or something. Some rehearsal she's not showing up at. So
Can I say this though?
yeah.
Are we gonna admit that Tiny and Candy are the most relevant members in this whole situation right now?
Oh yes.
Oh,
Okay,
for sure.
so
For sure.
them being concerned about their portion of their coin isn't wrong.
Yeah, the whole fact that it's even on Bravo, like, come on, like this is because of Candy.
Both of them.
Yeah.
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 No, because wasn't Family Hustle on VH1?
Yeah, I think Family Hustle was on VH1.
What was Family Hustle?
That was with T.I. and Tiny.
Oh yeah, no, but I'm just saying the fact that this show is on Bravo is because of Candy.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure. And I haven't checked the executive producer receipts, but I'm sure she's somewhere in there.
I'm still glad that SWV cut up, because now I'm for sure invested for next episode. But
yeah,
you can't tell me they didn't know this was coming.
Right. And another thing that Candy brought up about the business, she said that that's how business meetings go. You don't agree from jump. Said she was just like, I'm gonna speak my part, you speak your part, and we discuss. And she said it's not like I speak my part and you be like, yes, they are. What?
He just sent it, but I don't know what he was talking about in reference to.
I think he's saying yes, they are more relevant.
Oh yes, for sure. Agreed.
Like, I wouldn't even, as much as I love them, it's the Housewives, it's Family Hustle, it's them social media 24/7 that is the reason why I'm watching it. Come on.
Yeah, and I mean, SWV had a show before, as well as XSCAPE had that little show as well, but nobody is watching because of Tamika or Tasha, or even Coco or Taj. You know, it's nice to have.
Yes, I said thanks, Anna Harmon.
Yeah, they give us our little soft moments, but you know, we ain't here for them.
So. I'm not. Y'all know I love me some Candy, so y'all can say how they want to say. They can feel how they want to feel. Like, she got to the bag, she get into the business. Like, you could be mad, walk on.
Yeah, I definitely left the show thinking like she is about business, but Candy, come on, you can't compromise. But you know,
she didn't say she wouldn't. They left.
Right. They sure did.
This is true.
They just got pissed off that she even introduced the topic, and I would have let them storm off too, because I'd have been like, they ready to come back.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, like,
I got to do 4 shows to make up for my one show.
Yeah, how we dividing this bag, baby? We know I am an attention getter. Tiny is an attention getter. Stop playing with me.
Yeah. So cool. Any other thoughts on this episode, Dis-Chord?
I can't wait till the next episode.
Have y'all been keeping up on social media?
I have not. You know, that's Michelle.
Candy this week has been hot for her.
I know. I just cannot allow us to go.
What are y'all talking about? Because I don't know.
You know, Candy and Tamar is one thing.
Oh, I'm so glad you speak on it. Speak on it.
So this is what I've gathered. So I guess on Dish Nation, which I started watching because of you, Jermaine, when you said Tamar was on Dish Nation. So I started watching it. I did not see this particular episode. It may have been before I started watching, when she was like a guest, before she was actually one of the hosts. But she mentioned something about like Candy, Todd, and Carlos King, and she made some comments. So this was apparently, sounds like it was months ago. But the first time that her and Candy have seen each other was at this concert. And yeah. And so Candy came up to her and was like, oh, keep my name out your mouth and all this kind of stuff or whatever. So kind of went off on her.
No, they ran into each other in the hallway. Yeah. Hold on, Michelle.
Okay, you tell. Because you're going to get my version.
Tell the story how it went. Okay. She ran into her in the hallway. She tried to talk to her. She was like, oh, no. And
yeah, she said she was just speaking to her. She was like, hey, Candy girl. Like, she was just thinking like they were just going to kiki like they normally do. And that's what Candy was. You say what?
You a Tay Martian, aren't you?
No. I'm actually not.
Okay.
Actually not. I do like Tamar, what she brings to shows, because I'm watching the Queen of the Court and I watch Dish Nation because she brings drama. I like that, but I'm not a Tamar by any means. Okay. I do think she can sing.
First of all, just let me preface this with this. I believed that Toni Braxton was supposed to be my mother when I was a child.
I was in love with Toni. Oh my God.
Pray to God if I couldn't look like my grandmother or my mother, that God please allow me to look like Toni Braxton.
Oh my gosh.
I am so in love with Toni Braxton.
Oh.
She's well, to me, she's just classy, just straight up and down classy. Just like she's not about to go there. She's not going in the gutter. But for some reason, she loves Tamar. Why does she love Tamar when she knows Tamar can go there? You know what I'm saying? It's got to be something else.
Speaking her language. Tamar's the little sister who says everything that you want to say.
She's the baby.
She's the baby, and she looks the most like Toni. And she has to me. And I think she's also the one with the closest vocals to Toni.
I think you don't think what's her name? What's the one? Trina to me looks exactly.
Is that the tall thin one?
No, Trina is more has a darker skin tone, but to me, she said people would think she was on what's that, Sister Circle?
Like that first season, she was a lot slimmer. And to me, she looked more like Toni back then.
Yeah, yeah. Back, I mean, not like now, but she did. To me, her features look more like Toni. But I think Toni. Oh, go ahead. Oh, I was just thinking she likes her because she's a baby sister. They spoiled her, you know. And
Tamar looked more like Tiny. She looked like Tiny.
I'm not even going there.
She looked like a little Muppet. She looked like a little Muppet.
It depends on how much fillers she get put in. Some days she looks better than others. But
now I can't say that I've been told that I look like Toni and Tamar. And got my
I almost fell. Ain't nobody said that about you. You said that about you.
No, I've been told multiple times. Now I'm ready to kill it. Like, what?
No. So Tamar, to me, in her natural self is beautiful, but once she gets
before she started doing all that,
yes, that's what she
was way more gorgeous to me, way more cold, and then she started fucking with her face, and now it's like,
yeah. And once the puffiness goes down, she's back to being.
She still looks, but still to me, Toni is the epitome. When they done, I don't care who she date. Toni is the epitome, baby.
So anyway, we gotta finish the story. You can probably add the dramatics, but basically, the whole thing is Candy went off on her in the hallway, and she was just like shocked about the whole thing. And her thing was that Todd at the end say, "You know what's up?" Like he was gonna get her or something like that. So she was saying not threaten her. So she mentioned that, and that's where the whole issue came from.
I'm so done with that. I'm so done with women. Weak ass accusations against men. First of all, I'm gonna say this. I'm a tomboy. I was raised around nothing but boys. I used to defend my brothers, my cousins, all of them boys. You know damn well when he said, "You know what's up," he didn't talk about whooping your ass. Why? When his wife's sitting right here and she could do it.
Right.
And then told you she would.
That's where the dramatics come with Tamar. It's just like, girl, come on.
And that's why I said I do love her drama, but then at the same time, her spin on stuff, I think it's totally disrespectful and unnecessary. I don't believe for a New York minute that Todd, grown man ass, said he was gonna whoop Tamar ass.
Come on now.
Not one time. Not one time. For what? He probably was just like, you already know what's up.
Right. To me, I believe the story she told is true. It's just her take on it is extra. And
I couldn't appreciate that from Tamar. I thought it was a little dramatic and ridiculous.
And after watching Braxton Family Values, I know how she can twist stories and how she can make things more than what they are. So that's why I believed Candy on this one.
I believed Candy from the jump because usually her crying ass. I love me some Candy, but she'll bust out in the tears so quick when she's mad, probably because all this time she's been trying to keep her hands to herself.
That's what I think it is. Just kind of what you were saying, what we were talking about earlier with the son, how he's crying because he don't want to say. Basically, some people, when they're angry, they cry.
Oh, I'm one of those. I'm talking about Candy, but I bust out when I can't behave the way I want to behave. Even if I'm being nice, you might see a little tear trickle. It's the trauma of the self-control. It's the trauma.
Oh my
But
God.
like I believed, I never believed. Honestly, I believe that any man can get loud with a woman. But every time a man get loud with a woman, I totally object to the fact that no matter his race, no matter his sexuality, a man can get upset with a woman, get loud and defend himself and it not be taken to, and you a whole man. What?
Well,
Or get involved and it not be, but
so
you're
look, so this is my thing. I just felt like as a man, you just stand
okay.
back and you just watch. You don't have to say nothing. Just watch.
So that's when you think he was wrong.
Yeah, just stay out of it. Just
And
stay
I
out
thought,
of
You know what?
it.
I
And
think
and if
he
what he
already
was trying to do, if what he was trying to do was just talk to Candy, yada 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 yada, like in the midst of them arguing, like, come on, babe, stop, and then maybe Tamar says something, which is possible.
plausible.
1,000% possible.
Plausible.
You know, maybe
Yeah.
he said something, but the way in which she told the story, it just
Making it seem like he had no reason or to interject.
right. And for me, it's like, nah, dude, just stay out of it. Just stay out of it.
Because this is how women gonna come every time. That's how I feel. I've been in
Tamar did not say how she came at Candy, because I know she didn't just stand there like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you're screaming at me. I know she said something.
sis. I don't have anything against you, sis. Oh, when she said she's an Emmy nominated journalist, I said, bitch, you was on the real. Bitch, you was on the real. You're inflating the fuck out of that.
Oh my God.
I have never read an article you've written. Why you saying you're a journalist? I cannot stand that shit. I fuck with Tamar. All right? I listen to her. We the lines. I don't know all the words. You know, I wasn't allowed to listen to secular music. I'm rusty. But you know, I love her music. I love her. I love a little quirky personality, but I do think that she be lying and inflating.
Definitely inflating.
Off her feelings. And I definitely don't think she should have been even if y'all were cool or even if y'all had an exchange. Why is the constant thing to do to go and take it to the internet and say, girl, a man hit a Peach and her man tried to fight me? You trying to, that's that part of, I checked out of social media and went into hibernation because all of this is too much. Baby, you make it too much. You want to stop being too much. Stop doing that kind of stuff. Because 9 times out of 10, whatever was said probably wasn't even that deep.
Nah, I do agree.
He is trying to promote her music.
I do agree with In Harmony.
I agree. Music.
And then because you have a new single out that sounds like SWV. It sounds like, is it Rain? It's like one of those SWV songs. It's the background, but she's singing something different, of course.
But of course, you see, when she was on the internet going back and forth with people, she was like, anyway, Candy can't sing. Team SWV.
Ooh, yeah, she did. She was like, it's like the main non-singing one. I was
like, girl, if you want to go there, they're gonna compare you to your sister.
Now, I will say, Candy, not Candy, but Tamar can sing. Like hands down,
Tamar
can
sing.
If you want to compare Tony's career when she was in her prime.
Okay. So that's a different thing, but I do believe I think Tamar has a stronger voice than Tony. I do believe that. I believe Tamar has a stronger voice than Tony.
Everything.
I do too, but I also know Secrets. I still play that song. I mean, that whole album from beginning.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, don't act like you.
I had to, I'm a little old.
Baby, she had every different wig and every different music video. Come on over here.
I remember I stole that CD from my line brother.
Come on. I'm sorry. Her whole albums are not iconic like her sisters.
Right. Well, the thing is, because, and that's the whole, you watch Breakfast Family Values, but the whole thing was they took Tony, and Tony wanted to bring her sisters, and they were just like, no. And Tamar is too young, I think, at the time as well. And then was it the one that passed away was pregnant? It was just a lot going on. And yeah, the one from Baltimore. Yeah, she passed.
Okay. I thought you meant like back in the
no, recently.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
But in any case, so I think Tamar was probably too bratty. I mean, it was a lot going on with her, probably why her music career didn't kick off like it should. But
that man she was with,
Vince,
all of the above.
Oh.
But I'm just saying, I just feel like you don't see, once you start comparing things, you pull your own stuff and your own family into the situation, and they're gonna be like, if you want to do comparisons, baby, you ain't got the career, looks, or responses that your sister done got,
or Grammys,
movies either. Because let's not act like Tony ain't been in movies.
I wouldn't judge her on the acting though, but she has been.
Fine wine. That woman is fine wine.
After all these years, she's still.
Mm-hmm. Is she still with baby?
I don't even care. I was disappointed at first, but I don't even care. I saw her on Red Table Talk, and you could tell she was just so classy. She was like, they asked her something about being with baby, and she was like, oh yeah, people don't understand. I was like, I don't. Tony, talk to me. Why?
She want that rough.
Okay, laying it down.
I said you might know what you want.
Yeah. we talking about Tony being classy. I can't go to the gutter. You know,
we know how Whitney had her classy side, and then she also had her other side. You know, because they from Baltimore. Ain't they from Baltimore? So come on.
We don't know what the bird. We don't know what the bird is giving out, bro. We don't know what the bird man knows. You know what I'm saying? Why Tony keep coming back? It is what it is.
I know that's right. But yeah, so Candy, and then did y'all see Shannon Sharp with Candy? My cousin sent me that. It was not much, but it was a whole big thing because he took a picture with her and he put his arm around her. His hands are huge. They were on the side of her, whatever, and it was just like people back and forth. But to me, I didn't think that was disrespectful.
On the side of who?
Candy.
Girl, you know, Candy got all them ass and hips.
Right.
She had it before.
And it was on the side, like.
Can't ain't worried about that. Come on.
First of all that ass and hips, you can't. And he got big old hands. Where he supposed to put them?
That's why I was like, as I'm looking at other places, wherever he can place his hand, that was the best spot.
Yeah, he ain't touch your booty.
But that is. And he went toward the front of too much.
What's his name? Shannon what?
Sharp.
Yeah, Shannon Sharp is a whole lot of man though. That's why people looking like that. He wrong for that.
Let me look him up. Real quick.
Yes, he be on is it First Take? It's one of those sports shows.
Baby, he almost went on that basketball court off after one of them dudes. And I was like, okay, Shannon. Okay, man.
When you see him, you know who he is. Yeah.
Him.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
When he was getting into it with that
put his hands on me.
Morant. I saw that man. I said, that's why.
Oh my God.
He didn't mind that picture. She was like, where you want to hold me?
Okay.
Right.
Look, Todd don't.
Todd said, it's only on his hips, though. It's only on his hips. It's only on her hips. It's only on her hips. I know, Todd. I know. You better let him cuff her. That was a good picture. I ain't sure.
Well, definitely appreciate the discussion today and our guests. Thank y'all for the comments. We appreciate it.
Very much.
Yeah. So until next time.
Yeah. Have a good one, y'all.
Take care.